Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and it has happened once again. Let me repeat that. It has happened once again, although this time a violent sexual assault seems to have only been attempted by Conor McGregor. What do I mean, only been attempted? Well, for the last year and a half plus, actually closer to two, the last year and 9 months, I have been trying to expose the fact that there is a plethora of evidence out there that is known by the UFC, by ESPN, by Disney, by other mainstream media outlets, that Conor McGregor is in fact a violent serial rapist. Say it with me. He's a violent serial rapist. And you know what violent serial rapists don't do? They don't stop violently raping. And this one's on you guys. Okay, and I'm not talking about my audience that's known this for some time. I'm talking all the mainstream media muppets out there. All the fanboys, all the fake troll accounts that have hounded me and persisted that McGregor's my hero. I love Conor. He's one hell of a fighter, one hell of a son of a bitch. And these women just want a payday. And I should have done it in a bad Irish accent and not a bad Southern accent, but you get it from everybody. Doesn't matter what your accent is or whatever. This guy is immensely popular. And I'm going to show you all the evidence, again, that he is in fact a violent serial rapist. And no one still today has done anything about it. And really the only reason it looks like he was arrested this time around is A, it was unsuccessful, and B, it was in France. Because two of these alleged rapes took place in Ireland, one in December of 2018, and one in which was just apparently oral sex, dragging a woman to a car, in October of 2019. Okay? And we're going to go through those incidents. We're going to go through this incident. We're going to show how embarrassing the media is even on this one in France. And, you know, no one even talks about the Charlie Ward incident at an LA club. But we've covered it here. And that was from some years ago as well. There are other rumors out there, but we don't do rumors, even though everybody was saying that this was a rumor to me. We do things that are based in hard, factual evidence. So before we get there, I'm fully demonetized here. You just heard some harmful content. You're not allowed to go after Dana White's, the UFC's, ESPN's, Disney's billion-dollar boy, even if he is a violent rapist. Okay? So this just shows you again what a joke the Me Too movement is, how there is selective reporting out there, and it's selective and manufactured outrage all the way around. It's not really based in reality. So $5, $10, $15, big donors, you mean the world to me. Once again, the link is down below. Make sure you're thumbing the video up, you're subscribed, you're sharing. If you go to my channel and you type in Conor, you'll see. Well, I've covered this for some time. Well, look at all that. Wow. Huh. Well, again? I mean, I've covered this extensively and at length. And if you don't know, you're about to. Remember, I'm also a documentary filmmaker. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture are all available right here, right now, for free in the playlist section. And you can support me over on rockfin.com. We got an exclusive free one right now. So if you want the video with me and Adam Kokesh from 9/11 right here, it's free. You got to make a free account, and then you can watch it for free. This is where I'll be if they take my YouTube channel down. So make sure you're following me at Rockfin. Let's do it. We're going to read the whole TMZ article to show you how distorted even this is. And remember, John McDermott yesterday, mainstream freelance author, said, you know, journalists just want to be famous and they're narcissistic and they want to break big stories. Why wouldn't they break this big story, Jason, about 9/11? Why didn't they break the rape story about McGregor over a year and a half ago? That's not even geopolitics. That's just money for Disney and company. That one should be really easy, right? You're only opposing Ari Emanuel and Dana White and WME. No big deal. And, he's denied the allegations, so we should probably believe Conor McGregor, by the way. We should. Oh, a representative for Conor McGregor tells TMZ Sports Conor McGregor vigorously denies any accusations of misconduct. He has been interviewed and released. And apparently he must have whipped it out at some kind of a charity event or before a charity event. This was on Thursday. Conor McGregor has been arrested in Corsica for attempted sexual assault, French officials say. The UFC superstar had been sailing around the Mediterranean on his yacht recently with his fiancée, Dee Devlin. But McGregor allegedly flew off the handle on Thursday. Remember, he's a family man. He's marrying Dee. He's a family man, Jason. That's Conor McGregor. Okay. A court official in Corsica sent a statement to the agency France Press confirming Conor's arrest following a complaint. And if anybody can find the actual complaint, I'd love to see it. Please DM it to me. We will cover it here. On September 10th, denouncing acts that could be described as attempted sexual assault and sexual exhibition. Mr. Conor Anthony McGregor was the subject of a hearing by a Gendarmerie Services. Butchered that. Another report out of France says the alleged incident took place at a bar. So maybe it was at a bar before this. Earlier this week, Conor was teasing a UFC comeback, saying he let the UFC's drug testing agents on his yacht to take a sample. And here's the thing. They talk about him proposing. They talk about the kids, right? And then they talk about, of course, Conor has a long history with the law. He was arrested and prosecuted for throwing a steel dolly through the UFC window a few years ago. He was also arrested for felony robbery from the man he took his cell phone from in 2019. And then they talk about punching the old man in the eye. The guy had 19 convictions in Ireland. And you're not talking about the previous sexual assault cases. You're disgusting. TMZ, you are filth. And you've been filth for a long time. But we've known that. Okay, we've known that. So here, this is, who is this? Audi Attar. This is his manager. Says, I am irate and putting out a warning loud and clear. Conor McGregor is not and will not be the target of those seeking to score a headline or a payday. Well, I don't need a headline or a payday. I need your client to be in prison, in a real cage for the rest of his life. Because, again, this is not the first incident. This isn't the second incident. This isn't the third incident. Okay? So, right here is where it talks about how he was supposed to be at a 180-kilometer, 24-hour charity water bike race from Calvi in Corsica to Monaco alongside Princess Charlene of Monaco. Hanging out with royals, eh, Conor? Doesn't matter that, again, I have been just so hard trying to get this stuff out here. This is an article from December 13th, 2009. Or 19, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, there is no doubt this young lady suffered a horrendous ordeal. The examinations and all, not some, all of the evidence shows that she was raped and very badly assaulted in that penthouse suite. So again, this is the first one. She was a mother. So the mom who accused Irish Star of rape was found battered and bruised. Discussing the statements made by others, these statements are hugely detailed and complex and go into minute detail of every aspect on the night and the attack. So they have eyewitnesses, okay? They have their statements. They talked about the rape. They have video evidence after the fact and CCTV footage on top of it. Conor got arrested in January, and it looks like they paid this woman off. But we'll continue on this one, okay? Woman allegedly raped by Irish sports star was choked during ordeal. There was a clear marks of choking around the woman's neck shortly after the incident Monday morning. And by the way, the thread we're reading right now, all are linked to mainstream articles where they refer to Conor as a Irish sports star out of legal reasons. People tried to tell me this was not Conor. It was later proven to be Conor, of course. The woman resisted and bit the man in question. By the way, I just put this entire thread into the live chat, so anybody can check it out and retweet it. She was left with bruising after the alleged attack, while there was also suggestions of bleeding. Oh yeah! And he had been accused of this even before. He was previously accused of attacking another woman in recent months at a separate venue. How many times has this guy done it? How many times will we allow him to do it again? You are complicit, mainstream media. You want to act like you care about women and women's rights? How about you stop somebody who's violently sexually assaulting them? We could start there. And go after them despite their celebrity, despite their power, despite their earning revenue. And just got, by the way, and not just accused of one other sexual assault prior to December 2018. Let me make that clear. Police source. There are reports of previous incidents happened also involving the sports star and members of his entourage in Ireland. These may also be revisited. How about that? This was on 12/15/18. She is in a deep state of distress and she is absolutely terrified. She is allegedly beaten viciously during the incident and she is terrified for her life. She is in absolute fear. Part of the problem is the sports star is linked to people who are dangerous. Basically, if you keep going, continued, all I'm saying is that there's a lot of reporting that Conor McGregor is in with the Irish Mafia, the Kinahan. I don't want any problem with the Kinahan. I'm just trying to out a vicious, violent rapist and how a woman was viciously, violently beat and raped in front of people and she's scared to death after the fact because of the person's mob connections. Just saying. Forensically, the hotel room has been identified and examined by forensic experts. CCTV has been downloaded and they have spoken to the staff. The woman has handed over her bloodstained clothing to Gardaí, that's police, and that is now being examined. She's still, by the way, she didn't make a statement. It's not like this happened and then she said it was Conor McGregor. They talked to people. They knew it was Conor. She was scared to death. It took her weeks to name McGregor because she was so frightened. But she must be looking for a payday. She is still too afraid to make a statement. It is understood she presented in a highly traumatized state with extensive bruising. Although she has been in contact with the Gardaí about the alleged rape, she has not made a formal statement. Okay? And here it is. Conor told the police it was consensual as he got arrested. Because he finally did turn himself in. It's understood that during the interview, the suspect admitted that he had sex with the woman, claiming it was consensual. The woman was hospitalized. Here's conversations between law enforcement and local reporters that were following McGregor. They were doing like puff pieces on him. Okay, anybody can read this stuff. They're disturbing, disgusting, and they talk about her, basically being beaten so bad that she had to have a tampon surgically removed from her cervix. Throat injuries, chokeholds, DNA was all over her. They tried to say these were fake. Believe me, they're not fake. I did my due diligence. I looked the people up. It's real, not fake. Here's the RTE leak that showed that McGregor was indeed arrested and then let go. Okay, completely ignored by our media here. Remember, over in Ireland, only about 8% of sexual assaults that are reported, by the way, end in conviction. That's 92% get off. Think about that. She'd already been offered a ton of money. So there's the gold digger evidence. I mean, they offered her $1 million. She turned it down. Who knows if she took some later on. There was one report that this investigation had ended from the 2018 rape. I don't know. But I know that you can share all of this information with your friends and family and tell them it's time to stop worshiping somebody that is a violent abuser of women and call out the powers that be that support this guy and still cover for him today. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. It's a reflection on how our society actually works, right? No more rest in peace, rest in power. Bully your way to the top. Be stronger than the other guy. Do what you want. Do as thou wilt. Right? That's the kind of power that we worship when we let a guy like this get away with these types of crimes. What you just heard is undoubtedly very harmful content. We are demonetized fully on this program. So I need your support now more than ever. $5, $10, $15. It means the world to me. Big donors, I need you now, more than ever. I'm taking the family. I'm gearing them up in a U-Haul, and we are bouncing out to Utah, Iowa. We're going to Iowa because New York State is done Zunno. And remember, thumbs this video up, subscribe, and share. If you want to see my previous work on Connor, where I literally go through the articles and all that other stuff. First of all, that thread, that's a great one. But I've done many extensive videos going into the nitty-gritty of each of those publications. The documentary films are free. We just did the Loose Change watch-along. If you haven't seen Fabled Enemies yet, you need to see that as well. Remember, free video, exclusive, over at Rockfin right now. Go sign up. If you are a premium member, the Adam Kokesh interview is going to turn premium tomorrow. But again, if you sign up now, you get it for free. And if you are a premium member, it's like a Netflix for creators. You get all my premium content, and then you get every creator's premium content. It's awesome. It's great. It's the thing to do. Go Rockfin. I love you guys. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the flip side.